Hey, welcome back to YT Finance, and this is the channel where I went to business school so you didn't need to, and today we are diving into some of the most exciting stock market news updates and stories, so let's just jump right into it. All three major indexes jumped in price, which is a great sign for investors. With a fresh perspective, investors eagerly await more economic data and the upcoming earnings season, which is causing the market to rally. In other macroeconomic news, the Federal Reserve is about to revolutionize the way we handle money and payments. The Fed is launching its FedNow instant payment service later this month. It will eliminate those dreaded waiting days for funds to hit your overall account. Just picture this. Banks will be able to send cash to each other instantly 24 hours, 7 days a week. There will be no more waiting around during regular business hours and no more delays in moving money around. Now you might be wondering, wait a minute, don't we already have an instant payment system? Well, technically yes. But here's the catch. It's privately operated and hasn't gained widespread adoption. The system we currently have only allows big banks to use it, and a measly 1.4% of US transactions happen in real time. But with FedNow entering the scene, get ready for a major shift. So far, 41 certified banks are gearing up to embrace this game-changing service. Imagine completing transactions in mere seconds without the need for days of planning. Plus, businesses can access customer payments instantly, and workers can receive payments more frequently with instant direct deposit, so it seems like everyone wins here. But of course, with great power comes great responsibility. That's why some experts worry that faster payments could lead to faster bank runs. That means that smaller banks might struggle to cope with panicked customers draining their overall accounts, which is bad news for the overall bank. However, the good news is that there are safeguards in place. The FedNow service has a transaction limit of $500,000, and banks can set their own limits to prevent deposit withdrawals from spiraling out of control, such as in a bank run. Now let's move on and talk about how some Disney stockholders may want to be aware of this, so let's take a magical trip to Disneyland parks. Despite being the happiest place on earth, they are experiencing a summer slump. Thinner crowds and shorter ride wait times have been reported across Disney's US amusement parks. Now, one possible reason for this drop in attendance could be due to their rising costs. Disney has been increasing prices across the board, tickets, merchandise, and food, while also reducing some freebies. Families planning a trip to Orlando, Florida, home to Disney World and Universal Orlando, might find themselves shelling out big bucks. On average, a week-long trip for a family of 4 costs a staggering $7.3 thousand. So Disney stockholders need to be aware of these developments. In other stock news, Threads, Meta's Twitter rival, has become the fastest-growing app ever, boasting a whopping 100 million users in just 5 days. It took TikTok 9 months to achieve that same milestone. Meanwhile, Twitter seems to be really feeling the heat from this competition. Cloudflare's CEO recently shared data indicating a drop in Twitter traffic, especially after Elon Musk's $44 billion acquisition of the platform. And with unpopular changes in the mix, it's no wonder that users are flocking to Threads to see if Threads is a better platform than Twitter. On another note, Rivian is making waves with its soaring shares following impressive Q2 delivery results. So here are 3 compelling reasons why you may want to consider buying Rivian shares right now. Number 1, strong Q2 results surpassing expectations. Reason number 2, a game-changing partnership with Amazon for electric vehicle delivery vans in Europe. And reason number 3, the optimistic outlook of Wall Street analysts on this stock. But now let's talk about some other individual stocks like Kava. Analysts recently got their hands on this lunch spot's performance since its IPO, and boy were they bullish. The bowl maker has already nearly doubled in value since its market debut last month. So many investors and analysts alike think that Kava, C-A-V-A, is a sizzling investment opportunity right now. In other stock news, KeyBank has raised its price targets for Apple and Nvidia, while Goldman Sachs has also increased their price prediction for Nvidia stock. KeyBank increased their AAPL stock price target to $200 from the original $180 while maintaining its overweight rating. However, despite this bullish price target upgrade, we have seen some interesting twists for Apple as well. For instance, Apple's supplier Foxconn has backed out of a joint venture in India, and Microsoft is making further job cuts. In other news, Snapchat has recently announced an integration with Linktree, allowing users to showcase their links on the platform. I also want to make you aware that Facebook, General Electric, Norwegian, Lowe's, DraftKings, and American Airlines have all recently hit new 52-week highs, which is fantastic news. Also, keep an eye out for Apple's upcoming earnings report, and take note that Uber's CFO or Chief Financial Officer is planning to leave the company. You should also know that Cathie Wood of ARK Invest has invested in Taiwan Semiconductor even more heavily as of late, and Jim Cramer has been singing the praises of Palantir Technologies, ticker symbol PLTR. Oh, and before I forget, Toyota has big plans for selling hydrogen-powered vehicles in Europe and China, and this trend is supposed to really take hold from 2025 onwards, so be prepared. So overall, I would say we had some great news, and that's going to be a wrap for today's exciting financial news updates, my fellow investors. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video right now to stay tuned for more thrilling news updates, trends, and investment opportunities in the world of finance. Until next time, happy investing.